Music just feels so good. You're on to number one. TripleThreatFMRadio.com.
Hey, brother. I'm doing great. How are you? I'm really excited to have you on the show inside the Inferno Lounge here on Triple Threat FM Radio. I've been following you for a while now, watching you do your thing. I'm excited for all the things that you've been working on, all the interviews. You know what I mean? You want to start off by just talking a little bit about what you've been working on right now?
Yeah, sure. Well, the most recent thing was like 15 minutes ago. I just wrapped up a live where we have a show called Joey Restivo Live, brought to you by Artists of Play, my company. And we had Jerry Dorville, who is a brother of mine. I love Jerry. Jerry worked with people like Stevie B, CNC Music Factory, just everybody. Us, Lanier. He works with a lot of my artists. He was instrumental in bringing me to work with one of my artists, Robert Renee. So we just did that. I have Ike flying in this weekend with Frank Garcia, and we're shooting 2 more music videos on her. And I'm excited about that.
So right now you're currently in Colombia, right?
Yeah, Medellin, Colombia.
And how is it? How's the weather out there right now?
The weather out here is gorgeous. It used to be called, well, it's still called the city of eternal spring, but because of the climate change and the shifts and all of that stuff, they used to have a quick rain season, but now the rain season seems to last forever. Forever. Yeah. But it's good. I love it here. The vibe is beautiful. It's a 3-hour flight from South Florida. The people here are great, just like in America. Hardworking people. A lot of art. There's a big artistic culture down here.
Oh yeah.
I love it here. It's great. I live between here and South Florida.
And what made you go to Colombia and just be there?
Well, it goes back a while. My dad, when I was 18 and we getting ready to go on our first real paid tour with Lanier, my dad's lung collapsed, and it was cancer, and he almost passed, and he fought cancer until I was 36. And when he passed away, I couldn't get comfortable in my own skin, so I started traveling because my dad lived in the house with me. And, I went all around the place, and I remembered that back in the early 1990s, like 91, 92, 93, we came to Colombia, and our first tour in Colombia was in Medellin. And the spirit of the people were just amazing. Like when you're on stage, you can't see people direct. Well, if it's a big show, it's hard to see individual people.
Yeah.
You feel that coming at you. And it was so intense that I said to my friends, hey, next vacation we go on, I want to try Medellin, Colombia. And they're like, no, it's on the blacklist. It's this, it's that. I said, well, I'm going. And out of 24 guys, it was 8 of us that came. And then there was 12 and 15 and 17 and 19, and they just kept coming. And I came back again, and then I came back again. And I felt I wasn't so.
Was it like your home away from home?
Well, what it was for me, it was almost like medicine, because when somebody you love passes away, it's hard to get out of your own self. Like your own voices are consuming you. And when I was here, I was so preoccupied with other things that I felt comfortable. Yeah. Right. So I decided to give it a shot. And then I stayed here, I rented an apartment. I stayed for a few months, and I loved it. And I just kept coming back and going back to America, back here. And now I share both countries. I live in both places, and I love it.
And so you used to live in, well, you said, like you said, you used to live in Florida, and you go back and forth between Florida and Colombia, and you used to live in New York as well, right? In Los Angeles.
Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn. That's right. Okay. And then Florida. My family moved to Florida when I was 14, almost 15, I believe. And then when my dad passed, I tried to live in Los Angeles for a while. I lived with my brother in Las Vegas and my mom, and then I started coming here. That's it, man. I love it because I love being able to travel. I love being able to live wherever I want to live. It's a blessing. Yeah. And it's cool getting to learn other cultures on a firsthand basis. Oh, it's cool. Yeah. So I love it.
No, I understand what you're saying because I'm half Guatemalan.
Oh, that's cool.
So I travel to Guatemala back and forth, not as much as I used to when I was smaller, but I used to travel pretty much every single year. And like what you're talking about, the culture, the people, you know, you get to learn, and you know, it's amazing. It really is.
It is amazing. And you know what's great? And I say this quite often. The world, as human beings, the world belongs to us all. I'm not a fan of the borders. And, you know, I feel like if you can afford to go somewhere, save your money and buy your ticket and sustain yourself, eating, you know, accommodations, whatever, you should be allowed to go and visit the world. And the world is full of amazing people and culture, and it's so much richness. And I feel bad sometimes when some people say things like, oh, well, this is the best, that's the best. It's not about ever being the best. The whole world is the best. The human spirit is the best. And if you open up and you welcome other people and vibes and ethnicities into your realm, it's a great experience. Not always. I mean, there's some idiots all around the world.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're going to be everywhere, of course.
It's going to be everywhere. But I believe that the world belongs to us all. And it's great feeling other cultures and growing as a spirit and a person.
And having that type of mentality, does that make it easier for you, like you said, to travel and perform in different places, not just here in the States, but like around the world?
Yeah, the only challenge usually is the language barrier. But when you're doing concerts, normally you'll have a translator with you. And if I'm doing, let's say I'm doing, I don't know, if I'm doing a concert series in Japan, a lot of them will speak English. And if you're in a country where they don't speak English, you just simply have a translator and just have fun with it. And you just give the best every time that you can. And people they give their best back to you.
Nice. Now, right now that you mentioned Japan, did you perform in Japan before?
Years and years ago, we did a whole huge Southeast Asia tour. Okay. And we did Korea, New Zealand, Korea, Malaysia, Taiwan, Korea, the Philippines. There was a whole bunch, and I believe we were in Japan. I just don't remember every single place because we were on the road for years and years, constantly. So we pretty much played around the world almost twice.
Yeah, because I remember watching a music video of yours, and you were getting down. I mean, you were, you know, soaking in the energy. That thing that you do with your pants, and you just do, I don't know, that thing had me cracking up. Believe me, I was showing my wife, I was like, look at this. And she's like, oh my God, is that Joey? I'm like, that's Joey right there.
Yeah, that's Joey. You know, I'm a free-spirited kind of guy. Like I thank you for the kind words. Really, I love it. Thank you so much. But I do like to give my best. And when I'm on stage, you know, you always try things, and it's almost like comedians. It's a trial and error process. Mm-hmm. And the hard boxer shorts I got from a friend of mine when I was probably 16 years old, and I loved them. And then I wound up incorporating it into my show one day when we were doing linear back then. Yeah. And wait, hold on. I keep hearing somebody talking. I don't know who's talking behind me. Do you hear that? Sorry. Okay. So, and then one day, I guess I don't remember what happened. I think maybe one of my ex-bandmates either pulled my shorts down and exposed the hard boxer shorts. Okay. And the crowd went crazy. I don't remember exactly how it went. And I said, oh my God, we got something here. So then I had my friend April Ancelona, who's a designer and artist for many years. Yeah. She designed me tearaway shorts and tearaway pants. Nice. So I would do my little thing. I'd do a spin, and those things would come off, and the shock value, the girls and the people in the crowd would go bananas. And it wound up becoming a staple.
And I saw that. I was like watching you do that little turn. You get up, the pants go flying, and then you see the ladies go crazy. I'm like, that's Joey right there. Joey.
Well, it was fun because it wasn't that it was a sexual thing. It wasn't like an aggressive thing. It was funny and kind of cutesy because they're hard boxer shorts, not like boxer briefs. You know, you couldn't see any of my stuff. There was always underwear underneath the boxer shorts, but it was kind of charming and cutesy. And in that era, it worked perfectly for me.
Perfect. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, and I think it's really important, is to find out how do you start your day? Like, what is a typical Joey Restivo day like?
Well, I usually work really late. Hold on. Do you guys hear that bang? Is that a dryer or something going on? The mic is picking some up. Can you turn it off, please? Thank you, guys, because the mic is we have a great mic here, and it picks up everything.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I'm working out of my office right now, so I have a great staff, and everybody's working and trying to be quiet.
And shout out to the staff too, because they're amazing. I've worked with Jose before. the other day, and you know what I mean. It's shout out to the staff right there. Let them know.
Hey guys, DJ Inferno said shout out to our staff because our staff is amazing, and he worked with Jose before. Jose's amazing, and he loves you guys. And a shout out to you guys. Say shout out to you, DJ Inferno.
Shout out to you, DJ Inferno.
Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. Come on.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. They love you too. You show us a lot of love and support, and it's our pleasure to return any favor.
So yeah, so let me know. So what is your typical day like? So you said that you work late. When you wake up in the morning, what is your mentality like when you start your day?
Well, here's something that's very important. I try not to turn my phone on right away. I try to drink like a water this size if I can, or half of it, because you got to get hydrated. And it's true what they say. And then I wake up and I say a few things in my mind that I say, and I project in my mind what I want. It's almost like meditation, but it's real positive. And then I take a shower, brush my teeth, get ready, and I usually listen to music. Hey, Jose, I have a terrible echo right now picking up on the mic. Can you lower that? And then and I like to start the day off with positive affirmations. And when I'm in the shower, I have this great little, it's not a boombox, it's like a speaker.
Okay.
And what happens is I play whatever songs we're working on now, whether it's mine or Ike's or Robert Renee's or Oddballers or Mason's.
Or Triple Threat FM Radio, right?
Always Triple Threat FM Radio. DJ Inferno, the Inferno. Listen, you're a gangster. And any chance I can listen to you or any of the bad boys that you work with.
If you see me live doing my thing, you might catch that cholo dance. You know what I mean? Like that elbow side to side. You know what I mean? You might see it. You might see it.
I got it. Show me. How's it go? Show me.
Just like that.
All right. All right. You want me to crip walk too?
Oh, hey, that's like the cherry on top right there.
So that's how I start my day. And then I come into the office. I have David, who's the general manager. He gets me up to speed on everything. I give him my notes. I talk to Jose, who's the social media manager. We got Felix. We got a whole great team here.
Awesome.
And once I'm up to speed, then we just get down and we just start working and going. And I'm on the phones all day. Then we close the office. Usually David and myself, we stay and we get caught up on all the administration things that we need to do because I also have a hotel. Okay. And then once David leaves, then that's when I start working on music with my production partner.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Before I want to talk to you about artists at play. Okay. But before we go there, I know you mentioned you have a brother. Is he into music as well? Does he sing? Does he dance?
My brother Antonio Restivo was on America's Got Talent. He's got a Guinness Book of World Records. He's my baby brother, but he's much bigger than me. I love him. He's an illusionist. So he does magic, but big illusions, and they all have fire on it. So to give you an example, a few months back, he shot a video with Flavor Flav.
Okay.
He does a lot of movies. Before the quarantine, he was hired to work with Cirque du Soleil out of Las Vegas and Canada. They got their main office in Canada. And what he does is he gives the performers fire safety training. He also helps them build props with fire. He works in a show called Tournament of Kings also at the Excalibur. It's a pleasure. He's my baby brother, so I know him obviously since he's born. And when he started coming into his own, it was a long process and a long fight. And then when we were at America's Got Talent, the filming of it, people would go bananas for Antonio and just show him so much love. That's and then awesome. I would see people on the streets coming up to him asking for pictures, and they didn't even know who the heck I was. But I loved it because it always made me feel like it was whole. It was like a full circle for him because he used to come on the road with me sometimes when we would do the shows, and he would see people come up and take the pictures and show me all the love. And it's really great. So no, my brother doesn't sing. He's an actor and an illusionist. Okay. And a hell of a nice guy, one of the nicest people on earth.
Awesome. That is awesome. And it's something about you too, like what you said is, you have love for your brother, and there's no jealousy when it came to him getting all that recognition and all that. You were just like in the back, just kind of like, yeah, do your thing, bro, do your thing.
Proud, cheering for him from the sidelines constantly, and it made me ecstatic watching him do his thing and hearing people go crazy from. Oh, I loved it. Just getting a little hot here. Sorry, brother. I'm gonna take this off.
It's all good. It's all good. So another thing that I want to ask you before we go to Artists at Play was, at what age did you start singing, dancing? At what age did you fall in love with music?
Well, I fell in love with music and acting and dancing at a very young age. I believe, and don't hold me to this, but I believe my first time on stage, I was like 3 years old. It was at our church in Brooklyn, and I was singing, like, I had a little solo part in an opera, and I was horrified, but I also remember I loved it. So that's the first time. And then, coming up, as a young teenager, dancing all the time. I used to be embarrassed to dance in front of my mom or dad because for some reason, like when you're with your parents and you're young and you're watching a movie and people start kissing, you get embarrassed.
Yeah.
It changed now, but I remember being embarrassed. And my mom said to me one day in New York, and we were living in Canarsie, which is in Brooklyn. She goes, Joey, do you know how to dance? I said, yeah. And I said, you know what, Joey, just dance for her. And I remember doing this dance, and she was dancing with me, and she was proud of me, and I felt good. So I was able to let those little voices go that said, no, you can't dance in front of your mom. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just kept going and going and going. And I started off in one group, then another group, then the big groups, and then we kept going from there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I started really young, and I loved it. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I really started professionally at probably 16, 17 because we worked hard. I have an artist now signed to my label. His name is Mason, 12 years old. But
wow.
This kid is a straight G, gangster all the way. He takes vocal lessons constantly, and he has a gorgeous voice, but he's always on it. He takes boxing lessons. He trains. He studies. He goes to school. This kid is so focused. I cannot wait to introduce Mason to the world. We're in the process now. We recorded 6 songs on him.
Okay.
And we're in the process now of mixing the tracks. And then we're going to, once they get past the mixing phase and we get the final mix that we all sign off on and we love, then we get it mastered. And I can't wait.
So we're jumping right into art. This is Artist at Play we're talking about now, right?
Artist at Play. Mason's an Artist at Play artist, but 12 years old. And I'm only bringing him up because you asked me how old I was when I started.
Yeah.
And me and the people that followed me from Lanier know me since I'm a teenager. And we kind of grew up together. Even though a lot of us might not have met, we grew up together. And that's why I think the freestyle throwback concerts are so important, because it's not even about me or my ex-bandmates. When any group is on stage representing and performing the songs from back in the day, we are like a time machine for the people in the crowd, and they're going to go back to their old school, their personal old school, where they were when they heard this song.
Exactly.
In my case, it was Sending All My Love, Don't You Come Crying, stuff like that. But to see people's faces light up and just dance and go back to that good point in their memory and just relive that for a moment in time, it's an honor to be part of that.
I'm just getting goosebumps right now just hearing you talk about it, because I'm picturing going back in time, and I've always loved freestyle music, and when you go back in time, and here in Los Angeles too, we have one of the sickest freestyle concerts that I don't know in the whole country. We have a concert here in at the Queen Mary. I don't know if you're familiar here in Long Beach.
Yeah, I lived in LA for a minute.
Oh, there you go. So so at the Queen Mary, we have one of the sickest freestyle concerts. There's another one that's going to be in July. I don't know exactly why. I think it's in Norco. But I think Stevie B is going to be there. You're going to have Trenier, Lisa. I mean, a lot of artists come here from out of town, and it gets crazy. Why? Because here in Los Angeles, it's a freestyle frenzy. Everyone here loves freestyle. I know New York, everyone loves freestyle in New York, but here in Los Angeles, everyone loves freestyle.
That's beautiful. And it's great to go to places where people celebrate the music that you put out and you work so hard to do. Such an honor. Like, when you run out on stage in any given city in the United States or around the world for that matter, and the people just love you and they send so many positive vibes your way. It's just, it's really amazing. And LA has a huge freestyle community. A lot of California is a huge, huge freestyle community. San Jose, so many great places that we were blessed to come and perform in. So and you let those promoters know I'm ready to go.
You're ready. That's right.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
So you have you talk about your boy right now. You want to talk about Robert Rene too as well?
Yeah, let's talk about Robert. He just left last week. We produced 2 music videos on him. We wrote 3 songs with Robert, me and my production partner, Robert and Jerry Dorville. And we came and produced 2 songs. One's called Hard-Headed, and the other one's called Sweetwater. And we only had time to do 2 of the 3 songs that we did so far on them. Okay. And When I tell you Hard Headed, I cannot wait to show you the footage because it's real. Like we're putting real thought, real process behind music videos. Times have changed. You know, people used to make these music videos tremendous and it was really well thought of. And nowadays, sometimes people just shoot anything just to put it up because there's not as much money because there's really no CD sales anymore. There's no record sales. So you got to be cautious with your budgets. But at Artists of Play, we put a lot of thought, big production. We spend the extra time, effort, and money because I think the content, I think the final product is going to be worth it. Do you understand? Sure. So Hard Headed is the first song, and the second song is called Sweetwater. And for Sweetwater, I don't want to give anything up, but all I want you to do is know that it's almost like a horror film in the video. Nice. But in a great way, like a suspense horror film. And let's talk about Robert Renee personally. So Robert Renee is a professor, certified of dance. He's a choreographer. He brought down this dope choreographer who's now part of our team called David from LA. We're taking it back to the old 1980s and 1990s big production video, and there's big choreography in it, and the dancing and the singing and the action, unmatched. I cannot wait. I'm so proud to have pulled this one off and to stamp it up with Artists at Play and Dorville Entertainment Link and put it out to the world. You guys will see. We're gonna have the first pass of the video back, or the first video back, next Monday. And it's a process, you know, it's like music, it's a process. So what happens is you get the first pass and you say, no, change this, change that, add this, I want that scene, and what's this, make this shorter, this long. It's a process. And we usually for videos go between 6 and sometimes up to 15 takes until we get the exact one that we think represents the essence of the artist and the song. And shortly thereafter, we'll get the next one. And then we just get to work on promoting them. Robert Renee is amazing, amazing.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring him up and have you kind of talk about him a little bit, because I know he was on your show just the other day, right? So I wanted you to talk about him a little bit. So
yeah, he's great. And if you want, you just got to say the word. When we're ready to put the music out, you'll get an interview 100%. You and anyone of your team. Perfect.
That's great. And you know his music too. Everyone's music. You know, we want it. We want to play here on Triple Threat FM Radio because that's what our station is about. Our station is about supporting everybody from new school to old school. That's what we're about. So whenever someone has music that wants to, throw it out there for the world to hear, always count on Triple Threat FM Radio to play it.
Amen. Let's talk about this for a second. I was delighted and actually was hysterical. I saw that you put up on your TikTok page that you had me. Hey girls, I saw that you had on your TikTok page a post saying that I was going to be on the interview today with you, and so somebody said, "You don't know him. It looks like you paid Joey to do a voiceover." You did a voiceover.
Yes.
To me, that was hysterical because I looked at it and the audio, and that's my fault, or my team's fault. I guess we put something out where the audio wasn't synced with the lips, and I looked at it and I showed my whole team, and we laughed for probably 30 minutes.
I was cracking up as well too. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know who it is too. He was just joking. I know him. He's a DJ here from Los Angeles as well. Shout out to DJ Dave's 80s. DJ Dave 80s. Yeah, he's the one that pretty much made that little funny comment. I thought it was hysterical. And even when I posted, I knew that the voice and the movement of you wasn't going, in sync, but I still posted it anyway. So.
It was great. I loved it, and then I had to chime in just to put a little realism on it. Like, hey, I can't wait, brother, to rock the house with you on the 22nd.
That way they know, hey, this is real. Like, this is not fake. Like, DJ Inferno didn't go on his computer and kind of, did his thing there, but
it was cool. It was cool. And I'll tell you something else kind of fun that happened. So Jerry Dorville, who we did the interview with earlier, he's family to me. And he told me, Joey, you do so many videos. I'm doing two videos on Ike, one on Ike, and then one song that we wrote called It's From Ike featuring me. And I can't wait. I'll send you that one behind the scenes so you can hear it. I'm not ready to put it out to the world yet. Perfect. But Jerry said, Joey, what you got to do since you're on so many videos, change up your style. grow a little beard, grow your hair out. Let's come with like a different vibe. And I thought about it. I'm not a big fan of having facial hair because I think I look just too intense. I feel like DJ Slice. I look like Serpico. You know what I mean, with a beard.
Yeah.
And so it's what I'm saying out there is if you have any artists that are paying attention to this podcast, it's always good to immerse. You know, get yourself totally involved in your projects as to where you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and evolve for your music with your music. So my look changed. I'll give you another thing that I recently did. I had a nice tattoo on my chest right here of my mom, right? Okay. When before she passed, I did it. I did this first tattoo here in honor of my dad, but it was years after he passed because I was just broken. Yeah. And then I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm going to put one on my chest for you, but I want you to see it while you're here. And she got to see it. But I wanted to expand on the tattoo, but I never have the time because I really just work a lot. And I was able this last weekend to finish up what I wanted. I'll give you a little peek, a little thing. I don't know if you could see it.
Oh, yeah. Is that some wings or what is that?
Yeah, it's wings and a heart. And it's the flower of life. These things down here.
That's dope.
And it's dope because it means something to me. And what I'm sharing this with you guys, number one, because I love you and you're fantastic, but also to the people that are watching or are going to listen to this and watch this in the future. If you're an artist, it's okay to take chances. Get out of your comfort zone. Think bigger. Your life is a journey. Listen, you never know who's going to be here tomorrow. As human beings, we don't really think that we're ever going to die until someone around us dies or we get sick. And then you're like, oh my God, it becomes real. So the discipline, if you backwards engineer that and you say, you know what? I'm going to live every day the way I want to live it. It's powerful and it's empowering, you know? And it's okay to take chances and get the hell out of your comfort zone because it's great to do so. You might not always win. It might not always work out the way you want it, but you're always going to win if you always take the shot, and you're always going to lose if you never take that shot.
And you never know who might be listening as well, right?
That's true. You never ever know. And you treat everybody the way you want to be treated. That's the golden rule internationally.
Yeah.
If I treat you the way I want to be treated as a discipline, not because you're taller or I have more this or you have more that or it's this. If you always treat everybody the way you want to be treated, your odds of having a greater life it outweighs the odds of you having a bad life if you treat people lousy because you feel you're more than them or you have something more to offer. Treat everybody you want to be treated everywhere you go in the world. You'll run across idiots, but you'll also run across a lot of amazing human beings.
Those are facts right there, 100%. Amen. Yeah, I live by that too. You got to treat everyone just the way you want to be treated because you never know.
Never know, man.
One thing that I wanted to get into right now is your song One Kiss. I love it.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Kathleen Garcia that's tuning in right now.
Oh, KG's always in the house.
She's always in the house. When she told me that I was going to interview you and I heard your song, I fell in love with it.
Thank you.
Right away, I fell in love with it. And I'm not just saying that just because I have you on the screen right now, but as soon as she sent it to me, I fell in love with it. I'm like, you know what? I got to add this song to my top 25 that I do every Sunday here on Triple Threat FM radio, because I think I got the song either on a Friday night or Saturday morning. I forgot what day it was, but my list was almost complete. I'm like, you know what? I got to make room for this track. I don't care. I don't care if Joey just finished it last night, but I have it. I listened to it and I loved it. So I had to put it on there, and I did. And one thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and I'm gonna quote your song here, and it just kind of it tells me a little bit about you, and just kind of you're gonna walk me through your thought process on why, how you wrote this part. It says here, I tell all my friends, I got no defense when I see your face. What does that mean to you?
Well, you got me a little emotional, so I'm going to share something. That song was written for my ex-girlfriend, who I love as a human being. Like, I just opened up to her. Coming from where I come from, you got to be guarded because you never know who's treating you for what their ulterior motives are. Like, you don't know who's treating you nice because they want something, or it's weird. So I'm usually guarded to that extreme. So I opened up to Sarah, and that song was written for her. I tell all my friends I got no defense when I see your face. when you have so much love for somebody, you could try to put on a front. You're right, a mask, a tough guy attitude of this, and I don't care. But sometimes you have such love or such connection with somebody that the second you see their face, you can't hide what you're feeling.
Yeah,
That's what that means. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. I love it because it comes from deep within. And that song was written about a girl, absolutely, but it's also written, the message that you could take from this, as human beings, we're all ego driven to some degree, everybody. And if you can learn to let those egos down, you could have so many more possibilities with love and friendship and business and just everything. And sometimes it's as simple as saying, hey, I'm sorry. Sometimes all it does take is just one kiss. You could be mad at your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your mom or your dad, and all you got to do sometimes is just hug it out real quick, and all that animosity or whatever the heck is going on just goes away magically, because you both realize that you've leveled way above that, and it's not as important as you might build it up to be inside your mind. And that's what the song's about. Is sometimes all it takes is one kiss. It could change everything.
It can, and that's why, it's great that we get to talk about your song and the meaning behind it. Because I want to know what is the meaning behind it. Like I quoted that from your song, because not a lot of people, don't tell their friends, hey, you know what, I got a crush on this girl, or you know what, I like this girl. They keep it with them. But with you, you don't care that you want to show the love that you have for someone. You're not afraid. You're not afraid to show your feelings.
That comes with time and experience, brother. When I was in Lanier, I was a young man. I was a heartbreaker. Never had my heart broken. I didn't have anybody that I loved pass away. I didn't know that. All I knew was meeting cute girls, playing the game, just going about life like every other teenager and young adult.
Yeah.
And I had to go through life to be able to come up with feeling and stories like this. And some of the things that we write, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 different meanings to it. Like you could sing this song to your grandma, or your dad, or your best friend. What I like to do in interviews is give people just enough of what it means to me as not to take away from them. And let me explain what I mean. I have my cast of characters in my life, my friends, my family, the people I work with, people I love.
Yeah.
And I associate any song that resonates with me to my cast of characters, whether it's good, bad, happy, sad. That's what happens. I want the people out there listening to my music, I want my song to resonate with them, but for their cast of characters. For example, what I had to go through is my dad getting sick and diagnosed with cancer, and then fighting for years. And thank God we had many, many years, almost 18 years of him living, but it's radiation, chemotherapy, surgeries. And I never knew what the heck was up. And I used to fight the battles in myself because, I would be angry at myself for being angry about something that bothered me, because at the point my dad was in the hospital, and one of the voices in my head would be like, Joey, how dare you be mad because your hair is screwed up, or you don't have the shoes you want, or whatever nonsense it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't allow myself the privilege or the right to feel whatever it was I was feeling, because at that point my dad was doing okay and he was in the hospital. So I grew up with those struggles. So a lot of my music comes from that place where I had to look deep inside myself. I had to figure out all the things I wanted to say to my dad, because I never knew when the last time was going to be. I had to say all the things I wanted to say to him. Even with my mom, I remember when she was in hospice, and I stopped the last 4 months of my life to go be with her when she was diagnosed with terminal cancer, because you don't know. And I made a promise to myself, God, my dad, and my mom, without saying it to them, just within me, that I'm going to be with my mom and show her out like a rock star, and I'm going to be by her side the whole time. And I remember one day, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but I was hysterical crying. I was trying to get the words out saying, Mom, whatever I did to you as an idiot kid, or anything I did as a stupid guy, I want to tell you I love you and I'm sorry. Anything mean I did or said. And I was hysterical, and it didn't come out like I'm saying it. It was hard. And she hugged me and she told me, it's okay, baby. I love you. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're feeling, I don't even think about that.
Yeah.
I was always forced to think like that because I never knew when they were going to be gone. So a lot of my music comes from those places, and I had to be broken all the way down to the ground to become as vulnerable as I am, so you can let your heart open up and pour it into the music. So that's why I tell my friends and my family I love them. I tell people I love them even if I don't know them. Not that it's creepy or it's just you don't know. You could say something to somebody as simple as, you know what, you have a beautiful smile, and just keep walking by. That might make their whole day. They might be suicidal, and that might have been the thing that pulled them out really quick. Do you understand? You don't know where somebody's at. So I'm able to open up in my music because I went through a lot of stuff, and now I'm completely vulnerable, and I'm okay with that.
That's awesome. And you know what? That's one of the reasons why I was so excited to do this interview with you.
Thank you.
Because you're real. You tell it how it is.
Yeah.
Everything that you do comes from the heart, whether it is mentoring somebody, talking to someone, or, you know, your music. That's what makes you who you are. And I appreciate that. And, you know, I'm honored. You know, just telling you right now, it's amazing. Just the person that you are. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Inferno. I really do super duper appreciate it. I know you feel it because I feel what you're saying right there. And I really do really, really, really appreciate it, brother. A lot of times, you know, coming from where I come from with my life, you know, from when I was 17 till now, I don't always get the thank yous or the compliments because people figure, it's Joey. He's always in control of his stuff. And it means a lot when somebody gives a heartfelt compliment. And really, I appreciate your words. Thank you.
We got you here on Triple Threat FM Radio. You already know.
Thank you, brother.
So you want to give out any shout outs before we end the live? You want to talk about your socials, where they can reach you at, all of that good stuff?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Let me pull Jose. Let me pull your boy in really quick. Jose, come sit with me for a minute. Pull the chair. I'll just pull the chair real quick. You mind if I bring Jose on really quick?
Okay, do your thing.
He'll give all my socials. Come on in, Jose. Come on in, brother. So, Jose, what they want to know, just watch the light. There you go. What they want to know, Jose, here, come sit right next to me, brother. They want to know all the socials where people could reach me, follow me, all of that stuff. So, right there.
Hello, Inferno.
Hey, what's going on, my brother?
Everything's cool. No, I can hear him. Okay. So, do you want to know how the people can follow Joey?
Yeah, let us know where we can reach him at.
Okay, they have to reach Joy Restivo, Joy Bang Restivo.
That's Instagram.
Yeah, that's Instagram.
So
also,
at Joey Bang Restivo.
Joy Bang Restivo is that on Instagram. Also, is the link of Facebook, his personal Facebook. You can put facebook.com/Joy Bang Restivo. You can find his personal page in Facebook, and the fan page is Joy Restivo Official. Okay, this fan page on Facebook. Please follow us in this page because his personal profile is real big, but we need move real more the fan page because we are professionals and Joe is more professional every time. And in YouTube, it's important. YouTube is Joy Restivo. It's the only one and the one only.
Thank you so much. Jose, do me a favor. DJ Inferno's California, Los Angeles, right? Tell them in Spanish. Tell the Latin, the Spanish listeners, tell them something in Spanish. Give them
tenemos mucha gente aquí oyendo. So.
Excelente, entonces. Un saludo a toda esa gente de la hispana que nos está escuchando de donde sea. Vengan de México, Guatemala, Venezuela, Colombia, Puerto Rico, donde nos estén escuchando en este momento. Y no, las redes tal cual como les decía es @JoyBanRestivo. Así nos encuentran en Instagram, en Facebook. Joy Ban Restivo nos encuentran en Twitter, importantísimo, que es una red bastante grande que estamos moviendo. Y también el canal de YouTube es Joy Restivo, es el canal de YouTube que nosotros tenemos. Muy importante que nos sigan. Hay mucha gente que ve videos y solamente lo ve, pero no hace follow. Es súper importante el follow, con eso sí hacemos crecer las cuentas que generan valor. ¿Ok? Y por último, no queda de más decir que Arisa Play creo que no se ve en la pantalla, no. Pero Arisa Play, que es el sello discográfico que mueve todo esto, que hace todo esto posible, también bajo la marca de Joy. Síganos en las redes, @ArisaPlayENT, ENT. Okay. So, that's all.
You want to tell the girls hello?
Hello.
Mi amor.
But I'm married.
You're married?
Yeah.
Right. So he's married. I'll tell him, hola, mi amor.
Hola, hello, baby.
That's right. Let me get back on there, brother. Thanks, Jose.
See you, Inferno.
All right, brother. Thank you so much. All right, Joy. So this is pretty much the end of our show. Once again, I want to thank you for being on here. Love you, my brother. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
We're going to go ahead and play One Kiss right now.
My man.
Everyone that's tuning in right now on the Zeno radio app can listen to that. Again, thank you so much, my brother. You have an awesome, awesome night. And we got to do this once again pretty soon again. So again,
whenever you're ready, brother, send all my love to your listeners. Send all my love to your brothers at arms on Triple Threat Radio FM, all your brothers and sisters, everybody associated that's showing love to musicians around the world and that just love music and just I'm sending love and warm vibes to everybody.
Nice.
And let me introduce this next track. Can I introduce it?
Go for it. You know what? That's exactly what I was going to say right after that. So go ahead.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Joey Bang Restivo from Artists at Play, and you're chilling with my main man, DJ Inferno. And I want you to listen to my brand new love song. Dedicated up, baby. It's called One Kiss. Enjoy.